beginning of the video, so I'm gonna jump straight to the tutorial. And also I'm gonna be doing something very easy, so it's gonna be short, simple and quick.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And by the way, hello, Assalamualaikum. Before that, I will quickly do my eyebrows off camera so that I can save time. Anyway, today I will be skipping my foundation because আমি honestly কোথাও যাচ্ছি না ঈদে, and বাসায় foundation পরে থাকা is a struggle. I do not know about you, but I cannot have foundation on my skin more than an hour if I'm home. I just don't know why. Even if I'm wearing foundation for like a long period of time, I have to have the aircon on, and that's not good for my health or even for the environment. So I'll just be using concealer and spot correcting where I need. Hence, I'll be using something that is an oldie but a goodie. To be quite frank, I wasn't a fan of this. I even found out that this actually enlarges your pores. So if you have pore problems, I think it's best if you do not use this. But since this acts as a primer and a moisturizer, and I'm not going to be using a foundation, that is why I'm going to be using just this as my moisturizer and primer. Back in the day, Nikki Tutorials used to rave about this product and everyone went crazy, including my sister. My sister actually bought this, but I don't think she even used this one that much. I used this, but back then I used to have pore issues. That is why I stopped using it. It was sitting in my drawer. There's so many things sitting in my drawer that I do not use, and I am trying to make the best out of every single one of them after starting YouTube. By this, you get to know what's good and what's not good and save your money. Now, concealer. Today I'll be doing things a little differently. I know that I do not do my base makeup before my eyeshadow, but since I'm skipping foundation and I'm just sticking to concealer, I thought I'll just complete my base. So for my base today, I'll be using these two. These are the Tarte Shape Tape concealers. One is in the shade Tan Sand and the other one is in the shade Medium. As you can see, us Bengalis have hyperpigmentation and our skin is a little dark here and here, basically where the sun hits. And the places, and these places are where we are not that tanned. So I'll be using medium here and Tan Sand on these places. I'll also be putting a little bit on this portion since that's my primer. And then I'll be using Tan Sand on my chin. I know a lot of you might be like, foundation use korteche na kintu pura mukhei to concealer bhore diteche. But there's a difference, to be very honest. You can try. Concealer does not feel the same way as foundation does. It's very lightweight, and yeah, that's basically it. Taking my beauty blender, I will just blend. Also, এটা completely আপনাদের উপর, আপনারা যদি ফাউন্ডেশন লাগাতে চান আপনারা ফাউন্ডেশন লাগাতে পারেন। এখানে কোনো হার্ড অ্যান্ড ফাস্ট রুল নাই। যেহেতু আমি পছন্দ করি বাসায় ফাউন্ডেশন না পরা, তার জন্য আমি জাস্ট কনসিলার লাগাচ্ছি। কিন্তু আপনাদের যদি মনে হয় ফাউন্ডেশন লাগালেই বেটার আপনাদের জন্য, তাহলে আপনারা ফাউন্ডেশনও লাগাতে পারেন। Man, I do not think I ever spoke Bangla this nicely. I usually use tuitakari a lot, like purata bhodro bangla hoy na, hoise khaisi daisi erokom hoy, but I'm proud of my che korchi. And I can see that we do have a little bit of coverage, but then again we have our skin peeking through. And if you have anything that you need to work on, like there's a spot right here, And if you have acne or any pimple mark or any discoloration, you can just spot conceal instead of layering products on top of it. Like, you know how we use foundation and then concealer and then go do spot correcting. Skip that and just stick to spot correcting. That is the best way. আমি যে জামা পরে মেকআপ করতেছি আমার তো জামাই নষ্ট হয়ে যাবে. Yeah, now I'm covered and I do not have to fear putting anything on my dress. As I was saying, to spot conceal, I'm gonna take the lighter skin tone shade, taking the concealer. I'm going to be using a brush. Do not directly use the concealer wand on the exposed skin, problematic area, I mean. I'm just going to let it sit there for a while so that the product is really hard and it just stays on top of your skin, and then just blend out the edges. That way the coverage will stay better. Oh, I actually forgot to do one thing. If you want like a more snatched eye, snatched face, apply the concealer here. You know, the thing with the whole foxy eye makeup, I learned it from there. If you want your cheekbones to be lifted, use like a highlighting shade right here. Instead of contouring and bringing down this area, highlight it with a lighter shade of concealer. That way your cheekbones will be, or like this area will be more prominent. You can build up the coverage if you want, but I personally like my skin to look like skin. So next, powder. And for powder, I'll be using my favorite Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 10. Now with powder, I will use it heavily. Concealer, powder is done. Now we will be doing our contour. Okay, so the last video was recorded a long time ago. I don't know, like a month ago. And I have been doing my contour a little differently. I cannot believe that I gave up my Hoola bronzer, but I kind of felt like it was starting to look too warm on me. So I busted this out, and this has like a cooler yet a little warm contour shade, and it's not that harsh. So I've been using this to contour with a highlighting brush. This is like a very slim Morphe brush. It's the Y114, and I use this to contour ever so slightly. As I said, I do it very, very lightly. Like, there might be no change almost, but there is. There is honestly a change, and I can see it in my pictures. For my bronzer, I'll be using my Milani Big Bronzer. I have two bronzers, so don't judge me if I jiggle between my Wet n Wild and my Milani bronzer. Look how pretty this is. I might as well use this as my blush. So I will use this as heavily as I can. Oh man, I have to do this look before Sahiri. If I didn't mention it yet, there's just one day before Eid. One day. Yeah. The places I bronze is my temples, this and this. Basically, jekhane you will get tanned. that is where you bronze. And you contour where you think there will be a natural shadow in your face. Since I forgot about my nose contour, I'll just quickly do my nose contour. Taking a flat, slim brush and the same powder that we used for contouring, I'll be ever so slightly contouring my nose. This is hard. On camera. Nothing. Look, I'm just blabbering. I wish there was a person যে আমাকে খালি মাথার মধ্যে না বাড়ি দিতে থাকতো every time I talk unnecessarily. For our blush. Now, I cannot find my blush palette anywhere. And hence, I think I will be using the eyeshadow, as in like the crease eyeshadow color as my blush. I'll be using the ABH palette today, so I think I'll be using burnt orange and sienna as my blush. Don't judge, you guys. It's best if you make the best use of everything. Now, from the same contouring palette, I'm going to be using the highlighting shades, as in the highlighting powders. And by highlighting, I do not mean shimmery highlighting color. I mean skin tone shades. Right, these two. To just snatch my face or brighten the places that need to be brightened. Okay. This is also how I clean up if I make my contour lines a little wobbly. I'll do the same for my cheeks on both sides. And I'll let it be like this so we can jump on to our eye makeup. Zoom in, zoom in. You'll see me zoomed in 1, 2, 3. Told you. So this is basically going to be a 2 eyeshadow look, as in like I'm just going to be using 2 eyeshadows for the entire eye makeup. That's it. This is very easy and it's a so you better know to do this as well. Since we're doing everything like the way we usually do not do things, I'll be using a fluffy blending brush, which is totally unlike me. You know that I like my slim blending brushes, but today we will be using a fluffier one. This is the Morphe M441. Using my ABH Soft Glam palette, I'll be using the shade Burnt Orange right here. I'm gonna blend this onto my crease and basically the entire eyes. Just be messy, just put it however that you wanna. It's a নিখুঁত হতে হবে না, বুঝলে কি? Build it up as much as you want, honestly, since I'm not gonna be using any outer V shape or anything. Just make sure that it's diffused and blended at the edges. I'm going to be using my Technic glitter palette as my second eyeshadow, and I'll be using this one right here. I'm going to be using this shade with my finger actually, because I tried applying this with a brush and it wouldn't apply as nicely as opposed to it being applied with my fingertips. And that is basically it. Now I'll just move to my eyeliner. I will be using something brown, so you can use your eyebrow pomade, or if you just want to stick to a normal black wing eyeliner, that would be fine as well. But I really like how diffused brown is, so I'll just be using brown. I'm using a Morphe angled brush. And I want this to be very thin. Kalo! My Rimmel Scandalize and use this on my waterline. Before my mascara, I will be putting this is a brow gel on my brows to set it in place. For mascara, the Maybelline Hyper Curl Mascara. Okay, so for highlighter, I'll be using my Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. I love this so much. This reminds me of my Laura Geller Gilded Honey. That is again with my sister. She bought it, so she has the right to take it. I'm so sad that this is like the first time I won't be able to give anything to my parents for Eid. I remember last time I bought something for everyone, and this year I couldn't. I do not have a dress for my own either, but that's okay because I bought 2 saris for Falgun, so there's one that I didn't wear, so I probably might just wear that or find out a piece of clothing that I haven't wore before. So now, taking the same highlighter shade, I am going to be applying this on my inner corners. Okay, so my camera died, so I had to go and I put on some falsies. In the meantime, I used these. These are non-branded lashes. They do not have any label on them, so I cannot tell you what exact pair these are. But you can take a screenshot and see if you can find anything similar. This is what the screenshot. Oh, so I forgot to put eyeshadow on my lower lash line, so I'm gonna do that very quickly. I cannot help but use my slim blending brush for applying eyeshadow on my lower lash. I'm going to be using my small blending brush to apply the color on my lower lash line, and I'm going to be using the same shade that we used on our crease, that is the color Burnt Orange from the ABH palette. Okay, so I always love mixing 2 lipsticks together. So I'll be using my Jeffree Star Leo with ABH Currant. Now that I'm done applying the color Leo, I'm gonna dab a little bit of ABH Currant on the insides, or like the center portion. I like to have the Korean bloated lip effect. I always apply lipstick like this, always. I try not to do it since a lot of people do not do it, but just love this. Now let's wear our hijab. Okay, so it was time for Sahari, so I have to go. Anyway, this is where I wear underneath my hijab. This is a ninja cap, and I get a lot of questions about what I wear underneath my hijab and where this particular one is from. And this is from Styleline. It is also another Bangladesh based hijab store. They have their Facebook page, they have their own website, so you can go and type ninja cap and you can find this crisscross one. They have another one with the like a rounder one, not a crisscross one. There are tube caps as well, but I do not wear tube caps since they do not cover my neck. But during the summertime I do like to wear tube caps and adjust my hijab in a way so that my neck doesn't show, because ninja caps can be really hard to stay in. Anyway, so let's get started with our hijab. I'm gonna start off with placing the hijab. After we have laid the hijab, we have to make sure that the right side is shorter than the left side. And after that, I'm just going to take this diagonally and take it like this so that I can form a crisscross myself. After that, I'm going to secure a pin right here. The pin here, I'm just say come in, secure for you. Then I'm going to take this bit and make it like a bang, and I am going to secure it at this side. After that, we will take the longer side and take it underneath from the right side. আবার এভাবে just place করে দেব, আর এটাকে আমি আরেকটা পিন দিয়ে আটকে নেব। So বুঝে যাবে না if it's just a work or not. To add extra volume, you can drag the piece upward so that you get a little bit of volume, and then again secure the upper portion with a hijab pin. Like that. That way you have front coverage and everything. Now, I am going to be adding jewelry since this is a Eid hijab tutorial. I love pairing jewelries with my hijab. So today I got this beautiful pair of earrings from Berlin's Trinkets, and as you can see, has a pink and gold, and my dress also does have pink and gold. So I'll be pairing these with my outfit today. They also sent me a note that is so cute. Thank you. Now the next most asked question is how I wear earrings with my hijab. Now I do not have my ears pierced, so what I do is that I position the earring close to my earlobe, and then I pass it through the fabric, মানে কাপড়ের মধ্যেই ঝুলাই, like this. You see how the end is actually out from the fabric, just pitch it, and then pushটাকে just লাগিয়ে দেই. That's it. That is how I do. That is basically how I wear my earring. And so yep, this is my finished makeup look and hijab for Eid. I hope you guys liked it. I tried to keep it as simple as possible because when I asked on Instagram, many of them said that they wanted something very simple or something very bold, because we're gonna be staying home, so it doesn't matter if we try something bold. So I already posted something bold on my YouTube. That is like the previous makeup tutorial, and now this is like a very simple makeup tutorial, so a bit of both worlds. And I think I will be doing some artistic makeup in the future. I mean very soon, because I have a few inspiration, one being from Tehan. So, oh, also, did you guys see the cheetah yet? That is how you're supposed to pronounce it, like the cheetah. By Shiga, he dropped this mixtape and it's so good. Okay, so enough of my banter. I hope you like this, and if you like it, please do show your love down below in the comment section. Give a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already.